Welcome. This is our ETT 571 final project, the Integrated Content and Lesson Plan Design and Faculty Development lesson example. This is an instructional design plan to help instructors create a course that provides helpful tips towards students in advanced Microsoft Excel courses. The typical age level for this course is an incoming college freshman straight out of high school, as well as any other individuals who are looking to build upon their Microsoft Excel skills. It's suited for students with some basic understanding of Microsoft Office, including Excel. The standards which apply to this instructional design model is Net 6, Technology, Operation, and Concepts. And some of the ways this applies is it allows the students to understand and use technology systems, select and use applications productively and effectively, troubleshoot systems and applications, and transfer current knowledge of new technologies. Another standard is the NBAA Section 5 Productivity Software Standard, an achievement standard to identify and evaluate, select, install, use, upgrade, and customize productivity software, diagnose, and solve software problems. Applicable learning theories which apply to this instructional design model is constructivist theory, creating a spreadsheet, constructing it right from scratch, and being able to build upon the features and using the functions. Cognitivism, building upon already established schemata. Any basic skills a student brings into this course from any prior knowledge of Excel is helpful, and when they're done, they'll be even more knowledgeable. Teaching strategies which can be applied is direct instruction. The tips offered are ones in which students can use to improve how their documents look and perform. And also some of these tips and tricks are going to make some of the processes that they may even be previously familiar with a little easier. Other strategies which can be used is gamification and play. You can use any statistical data found within a Microsoft Excel document to do group work and come up with different kinds of scenarios. You can use an Excel document that has a bunch of baseball statistics on different teams. You can have students break into groups and represent different teams and use like sabermetrics to come up with a team that they feel will be a winning team, and you can have a little fun within the process. Some of the technology and applications and hardware which will be used is, of course, on the part of creating the design for instructors is being able to have a media computer to help create lessons for that will be used, and of course a computer lab where students can be able to come into and practice using Excel and a Microsoft Office suite, whether a standalone or the 365 version. This concludes my part of this presentation, and we will move on to Universal Design.
Now we come to the part of the project that many of you have been involved with as well, as the Universal Design. And the Council for Exceptional Children has a definition that says it's the design of instructional materials and activities that allow learning goals to be achieved by individuals despite wide differences in abilities. Basically, be flexible with your materials and activities, include alternatives for students with different abilities and backgrounds. Basically, be prepared. Be aware when you're lesson planning. It will eliminate the need for unnecessary time to accommodate anybody at the last moment if you're already prepared and ready to go for any situation. Our lesson uses videos, and one of the major things you want to do with videos is have captions. Right now our samples do not, but that is our plan to include captions. I'm lucky where I work that faculty can go to the Access and Disabilities Office where they have captioning services and can help faculty get captions put on any videos that they make themselves or any snippets of video. You may be aware that YouTube has a closed captioning option when you view their videos, but if you look closely, sometimes those videos are ridiculously wrong in their translations of the words, and sometimes can be kind of sad, and sometimes I think they do it on purpose. Now, to ensure that people coming to class, we're going to have some assistive technology tools available, large print keyboards, screen magnifiers, and trackballs. I'm sure you're familiar with trackballs, basically an upside down mouse. This helps people who cannot grasp a mouse and can move around the computer much easier this way with a stable item on a desk, so it's not moving around and getting away from them or tangling up with the wire. There's people who actually like to work trackballs better than mice. One of the things we're going to do is have access to the videos on the LMS following the class, our learning management system, so that people can go back, anyone who needs extra viewing time, replay any section that may have been confusing. For some people, Excel is a very confusing software program. So this will take care of some of those issues and make people feel more comfortable. We'll also allow for extra time with the instructor in the room during the lessons, so the instructor can walk around as people are doing their plans. Also, you saw here lessons in small chunks. That's a big part of universal design. Don't give them everything at once. Give a little bit at a time. Kind of goes with some of the learning theories we've been learning about as well. Another thing that will allow is collaborate with classmates in the room, kind of with the open practice time, because if they help each other, they'll learn more. And sometimes a classmate can communicate in a way that maybe the other student understands more than they did from the instructor. Another option we'll have is office hours for assistants. When the person is kind of intimidated of being in front of the class, they may not want to ask questions, but if they know that they can go to the instructor during certain hours, they might be more likely to do that and have more success in the class. Another thing, though, even though we're not talking about a whole semester class for this scenario, because we're just talking about a lesson plan, is to have clear communication in the syllabus. This is kind of like the be prepared part as well. And if you have something in the syllabus that a student can go back to, then they'll have a way to get the information and know that you're willing to work with them, or what your policies are, or if there's a place on campus that they can go get extra help. So now we're going to move on to the actual professional development portion of our lesson plan.
We're going to be showing teachers some different tips and tricks with Excel, some helpful hints, if you will, and these are some things that you don't normally pick up when using Excel from a textbook. These are things that an individual would learn after excessive or extensive use with Excel. So we're thinking that this would be something that teachers would want to know about. Excel is a very vast and helpful, useful program, so they can either use these in their day-to-day work activities, or they can ultimately turn around and show students how to use Excel a bit more effectively. So as far as a model of staff development, we've decided that training is going to be the best to employ here. The training model relies on replicating behaviors and techniques. The teachers will be shown how to do these certain tasks, and they'll have a chance to practice on their own and ultimately perfect the pointers that we're showing them. Many times in a training model, what's being shown is something that they haven't seen before. So this direct instruction orientation of training the teachers will be very helpful. And we have developed training videos that can be shown in front of a classroom of teachers. They'll be able to watch somebody else perform the function correctly, and then they'll be able to copy the behavior on their workstation within the classroom. Now, training allows for a concept of a knowledge broker to showcase their talents to the classroom of teachers or to a school. These individuals can be viewed as what is called a teaching artist, or some also refer to or look to a knowledge broker to be a Johnny on the spot type of individual. And teaching artists are going to show them how this functionality that they're being taught will help them, how it's going to benefit you. This is what it's going to be able to allow you to do. And many times this turns a light on within themselves, within the learner's mind of, hey, this is what I do every day, and now I know a better way to do it. This idea of Johnny on the spot, this is going to allow the knowledge broker to be an in-building support person for these teachers, so that they know, if once the professional development is over, hey, I remember what I did in that classroom, but I don't remember all of it, so let me go back to that individual and ask them how to do that again. And as long as those people are there, they're providing this sense of a catalyst for change and unity, and you're building a community within your building. And ultimately, that transcends to the students as well. Students pick up on that, and they know that that the teachers in their building are connected and they're unified, and technology is running through that. Technology helps that unity and that desire for change to take place, and the students are ultimately the ones that benefit from that. So an agenda for the day, we're going to start off with a survey of how everyone uses Excel. We're going to go over that, review it, talk about the expectations for future use, showing the 3 videos, allowing some time for the teachers to duplicate the instruction that they saw in the video using data files that we've provided. Teacher will then, or the instructor will facilitate walking around the room, answering questions. Then we're going to give some time for the teachers to use files that they're more familiar with, files from their own directory that they may use on a day-to-day basis, maybe see how those new functions can fit into those files. And then we're going to wrap up with another survey, just asking how likely they are to use it in the future. Also going to provide that contact information just so teachers know that there's somebody in the building that can help them for future questions. We're using Excel as a go-between from one program to another. We've exported some data into a spreadsheet. The next program that we would like to upload to is requiring first name and last name to be in separate fields. In order to do that, we need to make some room here to break the last name out of this column and put it into the new column that I've just created. First thing I need to do is select the range of data that I'm working with. Go to the Data tab and click on Text to Columns. Text to Columns dialog box comes up as defaulted to delimited. Characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. We don't have a comma or a tab, but we do have a space in between, and Excel views space as a character. Clicking Next will allow us to choose space if it isn't chosen already. And now we've simply broken the last name apart from the first name. We can rename our column headers. And we've just saved a lot of time using the Text to Columns feature on the Data tab.